Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Dr. Alessandro. Thanks for joining me. Please like and subscribe. And in this video, I'm going to be answering the question of, hey doc, what are wisdom teeth? Well, historically, as human beings kind of progressed and, if you want to say evolved, our wisdom teeth were important parts of our mouth. They are the very last teeth in each arch, upper and lower. And, we were eating a lot rougher, coarser, tougher foods, thousands of years ago. And so our jaws were bigger and could accommodate these wisdom teeth. Now, as time went on and diets changed and our foods became softer, our jaws kind of got a little bit smaller and more narrow over the course of time. And what ended up happening is there just wasn't quite enough space to accommodate these teeth in our mouths. And so now we end up with the scenarios where maybe they can't fit, or they partly come in, or they can't come in because they're blocked by bone. A lot of different things happen. Now, you may ask, how many wisdom teeth are there usually? Well, and going back to my model, usually there are 4. So in the average human being, there are 4 wisdom teeth. Upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. So you have 4 wisdom teeth way in the back, and that's typical. Now, there can be more. Sometimes there are extra wisdom teeth. It's rare, though. Sometimes there are less. Sometimes there's 3, sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's only 1, and sometimes there are none at all. So right now, it's a little bit different. We're kind of trending towards the wisdom teeth slowly disappearing over the course of time. Less and less people have all 4, but still most people end up having all 4. Now, why would you want to get the wisdom teeth out? Well, I'll show you on a couple of different x-rays here. So we'll zoom into the x-rays in a moment. Sometimes there's just not enough space for the wisdom teeth to come in, so they only partly come in. And that can be problematic as they're kind of pushing. Now, oral surgeons and orthodontists kind of go back and forth on this. General dentists will weigh in as well. But it is my distinct feeling that wisdom teeth, if they're pushing into the mouth, will move teeth even slightly, because that's what happens. And say you've had braces done, well, they're going to shift all your teeth, and they may kind of push everything forward and crowd the teeth after orthodontic treatment has been done, if you don't have any kind of a retainer or retaining system. That can happen. It happened to me. So while some people might say it's not possible, I'm going to tend to disagree based upon what I see also clinically in some other people who have had braces, did not have a retainer, and then ended up with crowding after wisdom teeth grew in. So that's my theory. There's debate going back and forth, but that's my theory. Other things that can happen, well, they're the furthest back. So they're the hardest to brush, floss, and keep clean, even if they go into the mouth. So even if there is enough space for these things to get into the mouth, to reach them with a toothbrush and floss is really tough. So they're the most prone later on in life to developing cavities and gum disease. That is bone loss, gum inflammation, periodontal disease. So that can cause problems, pain, swelling, infection, things along those lines. Now, I'll take myself as an example. When I was growing up and I was younger, I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth. 2 of them, the lowers, both of them, developed cavities. Even though I was a good brusher, they still developed cavities on the top part of the tooth. So I had to have fillings on my wisdom teeth, and eventually I got them taken out. But the reason I had them taken out was because when I was 31, I was starting to develop gum disease behind a wisdom tooth. Now, there was no way for me to reach it with floss. I was flossing every day, brushing twice a day, even 3 times a day. I just could not reach that spot. And so it ended up losing bone, and I just decided to prophylactically extract my wisdom teeth. So I had a great guy down in Parris Island, South Carolina, Dr. Kurt. He went ahead and took care of that, did a great job. And so that's why I had my wisdom teeth taken out. Now, other reasons to take them out, aside from cavities, gum disease, is they can potentially if they move in a strange, odd angle, cause cavities on the tooth in front of them, as I'm showing you now on this particular x-ray example. And then you might lose 2 teeth instead of 1. And that's a problem because then you start losing your chewing power. Other reasons, well, I'm not going to go into all of them, but they can develop cysts or tumors, potentially. And that's a problem, of course. Other things that can happen is, if they stay embedded in your bone, what happens is this. Now you have a tooth that's impacted in your bone that in a space that's ordinarily occupied by bone. So say you get whacked by a hockey stick or a baseball bat, or pick an object, hits you in the jaw, you have a much higher chance of fracture in that spot because there's just not enough jawbone. It may not be strong enough to withstand force, whereas if the wisdom tooth was gone and bone was there, it could withstand the force. So wisdom teeth, again, they, being tough to brush, being tough to floss, being tough to keep clean, I'd say I'd recommend them come out. Now this, yes, it's been through bleach and other solutions, but this is a wisdom tooth, and it obviously didn't really hold up to the test of time. That's decay that's in there, so it came out kind of broken and decayed, cavity, yucky stuff, all that in there. Alrighty, so that said, hopefully this has answered a few of your questions about wisdom teeth and why you should have them removed. And I appreciate you all joining me. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you're all staying well and healthy.